Majority in Parliament accused the Speaker of prioritizing international travels over parliamentary business. As they serve notice, they will recall Parliament again after the Speaker adjourned the House indefinitely, yet again.
We vehemently disagree with the unilateral decision to adjourn the House immediately.
Hours after President Akufo-Addo launched the Accelerated Road Construction Project dubbed District Road Improvement Program, minority in Parliament demand the full cost of the equipment to be distributed under the program.
We have successfully completed a total of 12,830 kilometers of roads across the country and added 6 more.
The MPs have been solely deleted from the management of this program, and we are assured that we, together with the MMDCs, will manage the management, the projects, and also the initiative of this program.
Details of their RTI request plus their concern about government breaching parliamentary resolution by excluding members of parliament from the management of the district road infrastructure program, plus the presidential slip of tongue.
The Akufo-Addo Mahama Bawumia era. That's unforgivable. I hope you will allow me to withdraw that statement. Akufo-Addo Bawumia era.
Also, Chairman of Parliament's Assurance Committee facing off with Land and Natural Resources Minister on the first day of sitting, as he describes as unacceptable the inability of the Lands Ministry to provide a list of state lands sold since 1994. Majority and the Speaker of Parliament, Alban Bagbin, have been caught in crosshairs again after the Speaker indefinitely adjourned Parliament. This is the second meeting in a row that the Speaker has adjourned the House abruptly, with several government business held in the balance. Last night, the Speaker adjourned the House indefinitely to the anger of the Majority Caucus.
Express our disappointment at the turn of events by Mr. Speaker. Well, we all know that in this Chamber of Parliament, we proceed on matters, reach consensus, and take decisions. I do not think that issue about adjournment and the reopening of Parliament is purely administrative. I heard a few days ago about this adjournment synod, and I must say, in all sincerity, that I engaged those I had to engage, and I was getting to a certain understanding that we could reach some consensus considering the number of business that we had as a House. Surprisingly, he did not give his closing remarks. Neither did he allow leaders to even make certain remarks, which these have become part of the practice of Parliament. And these are worrying, very worrying. That notwithstanding, Mr. Speaker is the father of Parliament. He presides. We don't want to go into any banter with him. We will not act in a manner disrespectful of the chair, except to say that we vehemently disagree with the unilateral decision to adjourn the House immediately.
Now, the Majority Leader announced the intention of a side to recall Parliament for an emergency sitting.
Of course, I can also understand the constraints of Mr. Speaker, given the fact that the first Deputy Speaker is out of the jurisdiction, the second Deputy Speaker is also out of the jurisdiction. However, our rules permit or allows us to have a member presiding. So I still hold the view that Mr. Speaker could still have traveled for the NCSL program in the United States. I, for instance, I am billed for that travel, but I don't think that it is more important than government business that I'm undertaking. We are, with immediate effect, going to engage our caucus with the sole aim at getting the necessary consent of members to procure their signatories to recall their house in accordance with law. So expect to see a recall request from us.
Well, in the last few hours, the majority side have officially requested that Parliament is recalled for an emergency sitting. We're keeping an eye on this particular development and we'll be updating you as and when it comes. Now, hours after President Akufo-Addo launched the accelerated road construction project dubbed District Road Improvement Program, DRIP, the minority in Parliament are demanding the full cost of the equipment to be distributed under the program. The minority in an RTI request are demanding full cost of construction equipment being distributed to various districts under government's District Road Improvement Program, DRIP. Some 5,000 Ghanaian construction workers are expected to gain direct jobs from government's accelerated road construction project dubbed DRIP. Now, the program, which is expected to begin immediately, will be solely funded by the District Assembly Common Fund. Under the program, roads are expected to be patched and smoothened for deplorable roads across the country. Addressing dignitaries before the launch, President Akufo-Addo said the intervention is proof of his administration's commitment to improving road infrastructure in Ghana.
The District Road Improvement Program will be funded by the District Assembly Common Fund. Administrator of the fund, Irene Natoshi, assured that the equipment will strictly be dedicated to the purpose for which they were procured and not diverted to illegal mining sites.
I want to thank His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo for all the support that he gave to me when I proposed this initiative. To Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, who did not just support, but made sure that he broke all the hurdles that I was going through, I say, Vice President Ayiko. I wish to thank the members of Parliament, especially the leadership and the local government committee, for their support in this regard when it was proposed in Parliament.
Chief Executive Officer of the Jospon Group, Dr. Joseph Siao Ejapong, underscored the job creation opportunity the District Road Improvement Program will provide. He also announced that the next equipment to be purchased will be assembled locally.
The opportunities created through this program is very fast, and we're looking at 5,000 individuals, including drivers, operators, mechanics, welders, sprayers, janitors, and many others. This initiative will not only support the economic growth of our country, but also empower Ghanaians with valuable skills and a stable employment. Our commitment to capacity building is evident in our ongoing efforts to sign a memorandum of understanding with our technical universities in Ghana. And, Your Excellency, our partners Ligon and the University of Lizhou in China.
Meanwhile, District Chief Executive of North Dai in the Volta region, Edmond Atakujo, disagreed with the NDC MP for Kintampo North, Joseph Kwame Kuma, that the district's road improvement program is designed to win votes for the governing party in the December elections.
That's what we're talking about.
So decentralization taken to
a different level where devolution proper is being seen and realized.
A quick one is the president haunted by the former president John Dramani Mahama?
Not at all. Not at all. It happens to all of us. When you are speaking, there will be a sleep here and then. And that's all. So there's nothing wrong about that. Okay. Not at all.
You said he campaigned for the former president?
Oh, yes. His Excellency Nanado, you remember, was it Ayawaso? Where is Neil Lamte Vanderboy? He mentioned Neil Lamte. Neil Lamte won. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, he's handing over to him. He has endorsed him. We like him or not.
he remains the former president, and then we'll make sure that we maintain you as a former president. That's his title, and he belongs to that place. So
Nanado has endorsed. You see, karma, nature. I'm coming. I'm on. Karma, nature is like that. When somebody does good thing and you want to destroy him, God will let you mention him. You see, my brother is confirming that he has seen a grader in his assembly. Maintenance, 7 years. You have not been able to maintain it. You are getting a new one.
At the commissioning of the over 2,000 units of equipment, President Akufo-Addo said the District Road Improvement Program is proof of his administration's commitment to improving road network in Ghana.
This fleet of 2,240 units includes motor graders, backhoes, rollers, wheel loaders, bulldozers, tipper trucks, concrete mixers, water tankers, low beds, and other essential equipment manufactured by the reputable Chinese company, Lugong Group of Companies. These machines are not merely tools, they are instruments of change, enablers of progress, and symbols of our dedication to improving the lives of all Ghanaians. The implementation of this ambitious program will be overseen by a 4-member committee at each metropolitan, municipal, and district assembly.
The 48th Engineering Regiment of the Ghana Armed Forces is expected to provide security for the equipment and instill discipline in the workforce.
But there are concerns about the implementation of the program. Already some minority members have written to the Minister for Local Government and Rural Development and the Administrator of the District Assembly Common Fund under the RTI law to demand the full cost of construction equipment being distributed to various districts under the government DRIP program. Let's share with you details of this RTI that they've sent now. It says, pursuant to Section 18 of the Right to Information Act 2019, Act 989, I write on the instruction of Honorable Dr. K.C. Latofosun, the leader of the National Democratic Congress caucus in Parliament, to request for the following information. 1, the cost at which each unit of the equipment meant, for the District Road Improvement Program, DRIP, launched on Wednesday, 31st July 2024, has been procured. B, the payment schedule for the equipment. C, the total payment in respect of the equipment as of now. And D, the total cost of the District Road Improvement Program, DRIP. So the NDC wants a total cost of that particular program itself. It says, we recall the Parliament-approved funds under the Common Fund formula for the acquisition of this equipment. We also saw the broadcast of the launch of the government's District Road Improvement Program, DRIP. We are, however, interested in knowing the prices at which the equipment were procured. We noted that the equipment include 6x6x4 tipper truck, water tank truck, wheel loader, motor grader, roller, and the minority NDC caucus is interested in ensuring value for money. Please accept the considerations of our highest regard. So that is the minority caucus demanding some information in the project there. But there are also demands for the inclusion of members of parliament in the management of the construction equipment that are being handed over to the district assemblies. Lante van der Poy has been addressing a news conference in Parliament.
We are alarmed by the clandestine scheming of this wonderful initiative by the government for political gains. This program was created through the efforts of members of parliament, especially the Local Government and Rural Development Committee and the administrator of the District Assembly's Common Fund. The Local Government Committee, realizing the quantum of outstanding arrears on the quarterly releases from the Ministry of Finance to the District Assembly's Common Fund, took the initiative to demand that these arrears be paid to the DACF for onward disbursement to the assemblies. However, taking into consideration the numerous complaints by the honorable members of parliament regarding the adverse impact of deplorable road conditions in their districts. We, together with the administrator of the District Assembly's Common Fund, decided that these arrears should be used to acquire equipment for the MMDAs, for the road maintenance. The MPs have been solely deleted from the management of this program, and it's painful because we have created it, and we are assured that we, together with the MMDCs, will manage the management, the projects, and also the initiative of this program. We are by this press conference asking that this bad faith exhibited by the government and the exclusion of the members of parliament must be reversed immediately. What we meant is that we were expressly assured that the MPs and the DCs will together chair the management committee that will be formed.
Let's now bring in the Deputy Ranking Member on the Local Government Committee, Benjamin Podo, who referenced the District Assembly's Common Fund allocation formula to back the demand that MPs must be included in the management.
Per the Auditor General's report for 2018 to 2021, an amount of 3,573,580,684 represents shortfalls to the Common Fund releases. So this is the source of funding. This and any amount that will be accrued in 2022 to 2023 as shortfall in Common Fund releases would be applied to complete the following ongoing approved projects by Parliament, such as MMDA's assembly buildings, local government service training schools at Akumadan, the Institute of Local Government Studies at Madina and Tamale,
The one we want to send
to the university.
So you should know that even those ones, it is Common Fund money
we have used to construct them. Courts and bungalow for the judiciary. Renovation and construction of RCCs. Office blocks, purchasing of lands for MMDA projects, construction of boreholes, fumigations, evacuation of landfill sites, purchase of street lights, desks and chairs for basic schools. Listen to this one. Drains and roads and procurement of earth-moving equipment for the MMDs.
Well, on a lighter note, though, the president suffered a slip of tongue when he mentioned former President John Dramani Mahama instead of Vice President Mahamudu Bawumia when he tried to draw comparison between his administration and the administration of the flag bearer of the opposition, NDC.
17 to December 2023, we've witnessed an extraordinary expansion and improvement in our road network throughout the country. From 2009 to 2016, that is the Mills Mahama era, our nation completed 4,636 kilometers of roads and 5 interchanges and overpasses. However, since January 2017 till date, i.e. in the Akufo-Addo Mahama Bawumia era, that's unforgivable. That's unforgivable. I hope you will allow me to withdraw that statement. The Akufo-Addo Bawumia era.
During his prime, we'll take a break. We'll be back with more. Please do stay. Welcome back from the break. Now, a new training initiative is equipping conservation practitioners and managers with innovative approaches to preserve and rejuvenate Ghana's endangered tree species and their natural habitat. Over 10% of the country's indigenous tree species are at risk, making the development of effective conservation and restoration tactics in their native environments a pressing necessity. In today's episode of Climate Focus, we explore the critical need for novel methods to restore and protect Ghana's forest. Mahmoud Mohammed Nuruddin reports.
Fifth of the Earth's land surface is degraded, affecting the well-being of over 3 billion people as lakes dry up, forests vanish, and farmlands become dust bowls. To protect both nature and human health, there is a crucial need to restore 1.5 billion hectares of land by 2030.
To modify things if we're not covering what you would really like us to cover. So it's a team effort, and we're all...
A specialized course aimed at conservation practitioners and managers focuses on building capacity for on-site conservation of Ghana's endangered tree species, addressing this challenge through a practical and tailored program.
Right in the southwestern, down here is the evergreen forest. And as the name supposes, there's a lot of rainfall going on over there. Then we have the moist evergreen. We have the...
Yao Etuahene Yako from the Resource Management Support Center of the Forestry Commission reflects on the past 20 years.
Yes, it means when we look back like 20, 25 years ago, for example, when I joined the Forestry Commission, I mean, the forest was in a far better state as we are seeing today. We are supposed as Forestry Commission to be improving on what is there. But there seems to be too much onslaught on the forest now, from all angles. By nature, we are suffering from wildfires and others. And then we also have people attacking the forest in terms of harvesting and illegal mining. So that's what we mean by the forest doesn't look too good now because of these factors that is affecting the...
Now, Climate Focus is brought to you in partnership with Youth Bridge Foundation and the Climate Development Knowledge Network. Now, let's move on to other stories. And a driver and 2 passengers narrowly escaped death on the motorway after losing a tire upon hitting a pothole. This incident occurred just 48 hours after we spotlighted the darn pothole situation on the express highway. In response, contractors have started rehabilitation works to improve driving conditions of the motorway. Michael Ashley revisited the motorway and reports.
We are back on the Accra-Tema motorway, which for months has been riddled with potholes, making a driving experience very unpleasant for motorists. Some of these potholes were just patched months ago, but the rainy season has washed most of it away. Moments ago, a driver lost a tire here. For him, being a reverend father, he's grateful to God he didn't lose his life after losing control of the vehicle.
When we were coming, we just surprised, we ran into a pothole, a very big one, and then we burst our tire.
Tell me, you were surprised by that particular pothole?
Very surprised.
You never used the motorway?
No, I've been using the motorway, but this one, it was a surprise. I didn't know what happened because it's too big. You see, the motorway is a way that everybody is passing through. So we have to make sure that all these potholes are being filled. Because look at this, the tire, you have to replace it before we can go wherever we are going. Because of this pothole, you understand? So I think it is very bad. I'm very surprised. Very surprised that I was able to.
Thankfully, barely 24 hours after airing the story on the deplorable state of the motorway, the contractors, Maripoma Enterprise Limited, are back. This same company has been awarded a contract to expand the Accra-Tema motorway. In the interim, they say they are rehabilitating the road to make it motorable while they wait for the rainy season to subside before they can begin proper reconstruction of the Accra-Tema motorway. For drivers and pedestrians, they are urging government and the contractors to speed up the work on the rehabilitation and the reconstruction so that incidents like what happened moments ago will not happen again. For Joy News, Michael Ashale.
Now, sponsors of the anti-LGBTQ bill have announced plans to demonstrate against the Chief Justice on August 21, 2024 over what they deem as a delay in the processes towards the transmission of the bill to the presidency. Now, the Supreme Court deferred the ruling on the injunction application by Dr. Amanda Odoi and broadcast journalist Richard Sky to the transmission of the anti-LGBTQ bill to the president and rather deliver the ruling on the same day the final judgment will be given. The lead sponsor of the anti-LGBTQ bill, Samuel Nate George, and some minority members paid a courtesy call on the National Chief Imam and the acting president of the Osu Traditional Council ahead of a demonstration to ensure the bill is transferred to the president for his assent.
When Parliament passed the bill, it ought to go to the President for his approval. Since 28th of February, it's been one story after another. Now what we hear is that there's a court case. We said, okay, fine. Let's wait for the courts to rule on the case. The courts fixed 17th of July for the case, the injunction against Parliament. On the 17th of July, when we went to court, the Chief Justice now says that she's pushed the case towards the end of the year and she wants to hear the whole case, which can even go into next year before she even rules on the injunction. Meaning that till that is done, we can't have any headway with this bill that is law. As children of God and as Ghanaians, we know it is against our religion, it's against our culture. We want to do a peaceful march on the 21st of August to the Chief Justice. Because right now, it's not the president that's holding it. It is the Chief Justice. She is the one who is preventing Parliament from sending it to the president. So we don't have a problem with the president. We don't have a problem with the speaker. Our problem is with the Chief Justice.
Now, Chairman of Parliament Assurance Committee, Samuel Okudzeto-Ablakwa, has been taking on the Land and Natural Resources Ministry over its inability to supply to Parliament a list of state land sold since 1993. The minority in February 2022 demanded a list of state land sold since 2017, but the Minister, Samuel Abujinapo, promised to actually supply a list dating back to 93. Responding to interrogations from Samuel Okudzeto-Ablakwa, the Minister explained that the Lands Commission is still in the process of compiling the list, which he described as a very difficult process.
The answer I gave was that for us to have a fair appreciation of the public lands of our country and how they've been managed and utilized, it would be more useful and productive if we had the list from 1993, which is essentially in the course of the Fourth Republican Dispensation. As you know, Honorable Chair, the Lands Commission for all these years has been operating manually, and it's just recently that we've started making efforts to digitize the records of the Lands Commission. And so the information I have from the Commission, since I gave them the instructions to compile this list, is that compiling them from the 16 regions of the Lands Commission, the 16 regional Lands Commissions across the country from 1993 to now, is quite an extraordinary undertaking. And therefore, they've not been able to put it all together as yet. And so I'm unable to provide it now, but it's work in progress. And sooner rather than later, I hope, we'll be able to put all this together and we'll make it available to the committee.
Well, Chairman of the committee, Samuel Okudzeto-Ablakwa, described this development as worrying, insisting it is dangerous that the state does not have proper data on all state lands and those that have been sold.
3rd February 2022. It's been almost 2 years and a half. And it's the same response you gave us 2.5 years ago, that you need time to put it together. It is an extraordinary undertaking. 2.5 years. If you have not been able to put this list together, what assurance can we have? What's the guarantee that these few months between, today is 31st July, between now and January 6, when the term of this current Parliament and particular political tenure ends, this list will be provided. So, Honourable Minister, you have to do better than that. You have a reputation of being efficient and hardworking. This your response is not consistent with your reputation. So, Honourable Minister, you have to come back. This your response is not, it doesn't give confidence at all, and it doesn't align with your reputation. I just want to highlight the danger of we not having the records, the data that we are pursuing and requesting, which appears so elusive over the last 3 years. So, Honourable Minister, if this data is put together and is provided, it will help all of us. These instances of government lands being registered as private lands and the fraud that is going on at the Lands Commission, as exposed by the Sole Inquirer, the only way to stem this, to prevent this, to forestall this, is to have the data, to put the data together. That is why I am clear in my mind that there are elements at the Lands Commission who don't want the Ghanaian people to have this data.
But ranking member Farouk Aliyu Mahama took on his committee chairman for seeking to implicate the minister. According to him, who is the Yendi MP, the minister has shown himself a responsible public official who has made commitment to publish this data when other ministers have simply refused to do so.
Successive governments have come and gone, and every year and every government, certain gaps have been identified. The gaps, how we look at the gaps and how we improve on the gaps to solve the problems. For instance, there are successive governments that you even find Goro boys doing things illegally, using illegal means to also claim ownership, especially Accra lands, are very difficult to talk about. So, for instance, if you look at this situation and you see that there's a gap, ministers and the different governments of lands and natural resources and those governments and the presidents have always been bashed left and right. So therefore, and I was happy that the chairman and the minister came into agreement that it is not an issue about partisan. Let's not let this lands issue be like a partisan issue. But let us take bold decisions and boldness together. And let's not be pointing fingers at this party or this party, because at the end of the day, every party and every government has its challenges, and all successive governments have done its bits, and it's now the turn of the minister. And we believe that the minister should be able to come up with innovative ways, so that at the end of the day, that legacy that he also leave at his ministry, so that successive government which will come would work on that.
Now let's do election headquarters, and that is brought to you by Petrosol, your clean fuel in full quantity, and the Chartered Institute of Management Accountant, the American Institute of Certified Public Accountant, together as the Association of International Certified Professional Accountant, also by the Chopbox Technologies, a convenient service, and Youth Bridge Foundation, bridging the gap for positive youth development. The Electoral Commission is assuring that it is determined to organize a free, fair, and transparent elections come December 7, 2024. The Elections Management Body says it has demonstrated that it is ready to ensure Ghana's democracy continues to stand out as a beacon of hope in Africa. According to the Director of Training at the Commission, Dr. Serebo Kweku, despite several allegations of bias, they have done things that proves otherwise.
We have always been saying elections are won at the polling stations. So the voting takes place in the polling station. Counting is there, done there, results are declared there. If you don't have any issue with the results declared at the polling station, then you shouldn't have any challenge in the collation system, because you can do your own collation and compare that with the lot of the Electoral Commission. So all the political parties, my advice to them is that they should get the copies of the polling station results. Then when they get that, then they can follow the collation, because at the collation, if it's the constituency level, they'll be calling the results from the polling station and they'll be tabulating. So if you have the results and you know that you had 10 and they're saying you had 5, we challenge you with your sheet.
Okay.
So
and that's it.
Exactly so. What we have been doing is always to use the law to work. Okay. And what we have been doing is also involve the stakeholders to be with us. You can bear with me, like Joy, before even the commission will come out with the results, you would have already projected it. Is that not the case? So when you've projected it, have we ever had anything contrary to what you projected? So if the Electoral Commission, if the media people were to have different results from us, then you can say that our results shouldn't be trusted. But the media were always ahead of us because you can use WhatsApp and the rest to get your results. And at the end of the day, your results tally with ours. So in that case, what is the issue? But in everything that we are doing, if you take this year, for example, we wanted to introduce some new issues into the system with respect to time of voting, date for voting, and the rest. We read that it was dividing the front of the political parties. We dropped that. We know we wanted to discard the indelible ink. The parties were not in support. We dropped it. So anything that we want to implement, and we think that they are not based by law, but we need the cooperation of the political parties. Once we read that the parties are divided, we dropped.
This is still the Joy News Prime. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with Showbiz. Please do stay. Well, let's do showbiz now, and the queen of the show business, Becky Bex, is here with every gist you need today. Hi, Becky, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you, Brace. On Spotlight this evening, meet Joseph Matthew, the trailblazing gospel musician on a mission to revolutionize the Ghanaian gospel music scene with his bold and innovative sound, fusing the infectious rhythms of Afrobeats with the lyrical dexterity of rap. Joseph is poised to bring a fresh wave of freedom and creativity to the industry. According to the London-based Ghanaian musician, he is set out to redefine the sound of Ghanaian gospel and inspire a new generation. Legendary Nigerian singer and actress Onyeka Wenu has reportedly died at the age of 72. She was set to have died on Tuesday night at the Reddington Hospital in Lagos after slumping at the birthday party of Mrs. Stella Okoli. The Nature reported that an eyewitness who was at the party confirmed the news. Quote, "It is very sad Onyeka Wenu just performed at the birthday of Mrs. Stella Okoli today, Tuesday, July 30th, 2024, and after performing, she slumped. She was taken to the Reddington Hospital and she couldn't make it," the eyewitness also said. However, the deceased family is yet to announce her death. Onwenu, sad note, we end showbiz and also the bulletin here on Joy News this evening. We're so grateful that you could join us. Please remember to brush your teeth with Pepsodent day and night, because with Pepsodent, every smile matters. Please log on to myjoyonline.com. That's where you find all the news /entertainment. That's where you find all the showbiz news, all of it here on the channel. Brace, if you have anything to say.
I don't have any. I'm saddened by the woman's death.
Yeah.
She was one of my favorite actresses.
It's so sad. It's so sad that way. May her soul rest in peace.
So she was. When you see her acting, you love her. Yeah, and I love.
She's been doing that for over the years. 72 years. Yeah.
Anyway, up next is the Joy business, a prime business, really.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for that.